Good evening, fellow aspies and also people without Aspergers. It's been raining outside, and you may be able to tell because my hair is all messy. Ooh. But because I have the hair of a Greek god, it doesn't actually move. It just looks like this. It's also because of that hairspray I have in it that makes it not move, which is the point of this video. I got a comment way back, it's like way back. Some guy who was like, how is it that all aspies have stupid hair? And if you have watched my other videos, you might be expecting me to be all like angry at him because like, oh, don't pick on aspies or whatever. But no, that's a legitimate question actually. Because all Asperger's people have some kind of look to them that you may or may not already have noticed. I've talked about the fact that they have lines under their eyes. I've had so many people tell me that, oh, it's true, I do have those lines. Although, a lot of normal people also have lines. It's like lines, people have lines on their face. There is, however, a certain aspie thing. It's hard to explain. The best way to explain it is just to compare some kind of famous guy. If you imagine a famous guy, he looks a certain way. He looks good. He's got like aesthetics to his face. Somebody with Asperger's might look good. People tell me sometimes that I look good, to which I usually reply because I don't agree, because I have some kind of it's hard, like I said, it's hard to explain. I have like too big of a forehead, like my hairline is too far up if you want to be picky. My hair is so weird, I can't get it in place. It's like, if you might be able to tell, it is like kind of shifted to the side yet still back, which is weird. I don't even know how that works. I don't like my shin from a profile, that's why I have a beard, so you don't see my shin as good. I don't know, I shouldn't be telling you that. That's like a secret. Now you're gonna know that I actually don't look good. Yeah, I don't have any muscle at all, so I don't look good naked. My hands, don't know how well you can see because I don't actually have the screen on. My hands are very bony. Look at how bony they are. And my wrists. Look at his wrist. Look at that bump there. What is that? Does everybody have that? I think they do, but they usually have fatter wrists so you can't see it. It's like I can friggin' put my fingers around my wrist 2 laps. That's insane. Let's turn it off because I don't like looking at myself. The thing is that I'm not. I know everybody has something that's wrong with them. That sounded mean, but like nobody's perfect. Like, every single person in the world is sitting at home thinking, oh, I'm so fat, or oh, I have this one pimple like this one over here, like how did I get that? I can't go out like this. And the truth of the matter is that nobody actually cares. Everybody seems to care about themselves so much that they don't have time to worry about other people. So you don't have to worry about yourself because nobody else is. Nobody thinks you're fat. Nobody thinks, oh, that's stupid hair. Unless they're trolls and want to insult you, of course. But so my point is, everybody has something wrong with them. However, there is something off about people with Asperger's, look-wise, I mean. I'm talking about only about appearances right now. And it's interesting because I can't quite put my finger on it. And if you have Asperger's and you're thinking, what a douche, she's calling me ugly. Period. So anyway, My point here is that, well, I don't have a point. My point is that people with Asperger's, we do have weird hair a lot of the times. And it's an interesting concept because I don't know why. I think it's my brother keeps talking about. He read about something in the way of people with Asperger's is missing a part of their brains that makes, I can't remember his exact words, but I'm gonna wing it. We can't quite mimic what we see in expressions and all that. We don't automatically just pick it up and just mimic it. My personal theory is that it's about the reptile brain, because if you look at what the reptile brain actually does, it's basically all the things that people with Asperger's have troubles with, like instincts and the feeling recognition and facial expressions and how to speak in order to fit into a group and stuff like that. Where was I? So yeah, right. If you have problems recognizing or mimicking rather the stuff that you see other people emote. And I have a firm belief, and this is not just a belief, this is truth. It just sounds kind of new agey, but if you have a certain mindset, then you change the way you look. And I'm not talking about, if you just look at life positively, you're gonna become good looking. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you are the kind of person who is wimpy and scared all the time, ever since birth, then you're gonna grow up to look a certain way. That's where stereotypes come from. That's why you see some guy in a movie look like a rat man. That's because we think he looks like that, because people who look like that normally act like rat men. As in, wimpy and scared. That's why those stereotypes exist. So my theory is that since all aspies have this kind of mindset that match other aspies, we all get this same look during our growth. Like we were some kind of stereotype. Like we were actually not a race, but a type of people. Like we are, but we do look like aspies. It's just a very flimsical thing because it's the aspiness is not a prolificent. There's a word for that. I don't remember. It's not the main thing. We also have other things. You can be an aspie, but you could still be a sports buff. You could still be a geek. You could still be whatever you want. So you might look a certain way because of that as well. Also, of course, there's genes and social things. So not all aspies look the same stereotypical way, is my point. However, we do have something in common. Me, for example, the first thing I noticed was the whole thing with the lines under the eyes. Now, what does this mean for you? I don't want to point like that, because if I point like that, it's like, oh, and my shirt goes up and you can see this lump. Oh, I hate this lump. I don't want to see that. It's like I have mutated arm wrist things. Anyway, what that means is that whilst a lot of people do not care about looks, and a lot of people claim that they do, people always care about looks. You can say what you want, but the fact of the matter is that if you see somebody that looks evil, you think they look evil. That's why Disney movies work. I always thought about if you look like a Disney movie villain, how does that make you feel? Because if you have a twirly mustache and you have those sharp jaws and beady eyes, that doesn't mean you're evil. You probably have some kind of evilness in you, because otherwise you would probably look otherwise. Some people, look nice, but that's different, because if you smile a lot, then you get those dimples. But still, point is, when people look at us aspies, do you think they can spot the aspiness, even if they don't know what Asperger's is or anything like that? Do you think they automatically dislike us because we look different? Because people fear what is different. We know that. Everybody knows that, especially aspies. People keep going. I get mails and mails, just people mentioning that people have been telling them, why are you so rude? And they go, I'm not rude, I'm just honest, or something like that. And it's true, people with Asperger's aren't necessarily rude, we're just very honest. But still, people look down on things like that. So, when they see us, do they automatically go, that looks like a rude, weird, awkward person, I don't understand him, I'm gonna shy away from him? Because if that's the case, then people are actually default of why Asperger's people can't hang out with people that much. We don't like groups of people. We do like individuals, usually. Most Aspies can hang out with 1 or 2 people. But we don't like groups. Because groups look at you and go, that guy looks a certain way, I don't like that. So my point is, maybe that's why we don't fit in groups, because those groups judge us based on our looks. We do seem to look a certain way, and people do react to looks. What does that mean for us? Also, is there a solution to it? Should we try to not look certain ways? We can't do that, can we? We can't just stop looking ways. I think that Jim Carrey has Asperger's, because he doesn't have facial expressions like normal people. He actually practiced them and do them rather than just have them. Which is probably why people like him, because he's actually using the correct facial expressions because he knows which ones they are. So yeah, I have no real point to that. It's just food for thought. Also because I wanted to make a video, because I haven't made one in so long, and I've been, like, my mom is in the hospital, and I'm kind of lost momentum in the just don't talk about it, whatever. I wanted to make a video, so yeah. Also because I came home with stupid hair, and I got, remember that. Because it's been raining, even though the sun is shining, and it's like I usually wear a hat, but it's Panama, not a Panama hat, but it's straw. It's like a fedora, straw fedora. So it kind of melts in the rain, and I don't like that. So I usually wear a hat, though, to cover my hair, and it's like, I didn't have one today. I love that hat. I should buy a winter hat. Why am I still talking? Why are you still listening? Do you know where to buy good hats in Sweden, by the way? I know a lot of Swedish people listening. I want a hat, but it's so hard to find one in Sweden. I don't want to buy one from America because it's too far away. I want a good hat, like a good fedora, not just a cheap one. Represented by this Fimo on my head. So, I'll make another video soon. I just don't know when. I just need to rest up a bit. You can tell from my voice it's kind of raspy. See, I'm talking like this now. You can stop watching. It's like whatever. Man, I wish this would be the thumbnail. That would be awesome.